Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to CEO Meets. My name's Pip Wilkins. I am the Chief Executive of the BFA, and today I'm joined by two very handsome gentlemen from Business Doctors. Gents, would you like to introduce yourselves, please?
Yeah, hi, Pip. I'm Rod Davis. I'm one of the original founders of Business Doctors. I'm now Commercial Director.
Fantastic.
Good. And hi, Pip. Yeah, I'm Matthew Levington, co-founded the business with Rod 17 years ago now. Time flies. And I'm the Managing Director of the business.
Fab. So the first thing we want to know is all about Business Doctors. What do you do and how do you do it? So Matt, do you want to take that question?
Yeah, sure. I mean, when we first started the business back in 2004, Rod and I both had corporate careers in bigger businesses, and we'd learned a lot about how to do things well and how to do things badly. And we both picked up a bit of friends and family consultancy work, and we happened to meet each other by chance actually through a friend, and we got together and decided that actually what we'd learned in all those years of experience could be applied to smaller businesses to help them, because nobody was really taking a strategic view of how to grow a small business. So that's what brought us together. We both shared the same beliefs, values, ethos about adding value, not just trying to sell stuff to people for the sake of it and make money. We actually wanted to help. We genuinely enjoyed seeing businesses flourish as a result of helping them put a strategy together and actually get hands-on and support them in how to deliver that strategy. And that's really what we did for 4 or 5 years ourselves. We built a successful consulting business. We don't like using the C word, but because clients don't like consultants or coaches, they just want help. And we then franchised it once we'd built a very successful model up in the Northwest, and we've grown it ever since, really, with some very like-minded people that share our values and approach and believe in what we believe in. And as a result of that, we've got some excellent franchise partners across the UK, around 40 now, and again, twice as many of that in other countries, which was a random occurrence, really. It wasn't very strategic. We just got other people seeing what we were doing and said, I'd like to do that in South Africa or Malta or Belgium or Bulgaria, which is our newest franchise overseas.
Oh, well, we will touch on the international in a little while. But first and foremost, I guess it would be nice to understand what made you go down the route of franchising your business. You've spoken about, that 5 years that you ran it, you piloted it. You obviously made all the expensive mistakes, so somebody didn't have to. But Rod, what was the kind of ethos behind the franchising the business?
Okay, we always thought from the beginning, Pip, this wasn't going to be a lifestyle business for Matthew and I. We thought it was going to be a big brand. And the reason we went the franchising route was that we felt that if we could pick the right people who would effectively invest in the business by buying a franchise in Business Doctors, they would be far more motivated to really make a go of it, make a fist of it, rather than if we employed them. Because really the people that sort of at the age that we recruit them in their sort of mid-40s to mid-50s, they're most unlikely to want to get another job. They want to do something for themselves. And that's why we went the franchising route.
Fab. Now, you've recently gone through the reaccreditation process with us, and we've introduced the WorkBuzz survey as part of that. We had some great responses from your network overall. Do you want to talk to us a bit about kind of the responses that you got and how you've supported those franchisees, particularly over the last 18 months? Because doing what you do, it obviously meant a pivot to Zoom. But how have you made sure that they were able to kind of maintain business and indeed pick up new business over the last 18 months?
Sure. Yeah, it's been an interesting time. We're obviously delighted, by the way, to get the reaccreditation as full members, because we really appreciate the support we get from the BFA. And that's an important criteria, I think, for when people are looking at Business Doctors, to understand that we do follow that code of ethics and that ethical franchising plan. So, yeah, it was obviously, it hit everybody hard. Our customers were particularly hard hit because we're a business support company. So originally, we felt that what we should do is not stop supporting them, but accept the fact they might not be able to afford to pay us. So for our established franchisees with a number of clients on retainer, that was quite a comfortable situation for them. They'd got enough financial robustness to be able to do that, continue to offer the service, because they really needed us more than ever at that point, of course, to help them raise money and see stuff like that. And that paid dividends because it really fits our ethos around paying it forward. And clients really appreciated the fact that we didn't just leave them to get on with it on their own. And of course, that meant that they actually paid us. They eventually paid us back what they owed us. and we were able to give them the help they needed at the time they needed it. So it was at the same time, particularly for newer franchisees that were less established, we also had to really help them get through that difficult period because they were used to meeting people face to face, and obviously that wasn't possible. So we did offer some significant reductions in the monthly fees to support them during that initial phase. And then we worked out how we could really make the model relevant to the market, given the situation everybody was in. So we created some highly relevant content that they could instantly take into an online format. So instead of running their live events and seminars and workshops, we put that into webinars, and we produced lots of great collateral around the pandemic and reacting and trying to help businesses through that. And then, as Rod mentioned earlier, one of the things that this situation has obviously created is a greater acceptance of digital communications. So smaller businesses that weren't used to dealing with online formats like Zoom have all of a sudden go, oh, actually, this is all right. And I haven't had to drive, and I've saved myself a couple of hours today, and I've been able to do it from home. And so it's actually opened up a massive opportunity for us to engage more customers more quickly, more easily through an online platform. And what we did is we took advantage of some of the government programs we raised some more finance, and we've invested in building a strategic digital platform that customers can use to help create the strategy for their business, and we can support them through the platform in not just creating the plan but implementing it and executing it. So we've taken what we did offline and put it into an online software platform, and we've only just rolled it out. It's taken time to build it, and it's been accepted really well by the franchisees. It makes their life more efficient. They can deal with more customers, and it just gives us a more higher tech. That's the other thing we've noticed. Younger businesses are coming through now. The whole market's changed, and people expect technology now in the service provision, not just the traditional sort of spreadsheets and PowerPoint presentations. They need a platform. So it's been in a difficult situation, has turned out to be a positive outcome for us, and the demand for our services is as great as it has ever been, because everybody now recognizes that they all need help. They all need a plan to get through the next stage of this situation we're in. And so we are, whilst it's been tough, it's been good for us overall.
And every challenge presents an opportunity, and you guys have absolutely used that time to really diversify, move forward, and find this blended approach that so many businesses are going to have to do. The one thing that I really love about what you guys do, and what you've said already, is you're very focused on what your vision and values are. Rod, do you want to share a bit about what those visions and values are?
Yeah, I think one of the things that all our franchise partners have in common, Pip, is that they've got a genuine desire to make a difference, to take their 20, 30 or 40 years of corporate experience and genuinely make a difference to businesses within their local community in a hands-on fashion and in a holistic fashion, rather than just perhaps necessarily the sort of the coaching route. But the guys actually get to grips with businesses and really make that difference.
Fantastic. So what's the top thing that you look for in a franchisee? Rod?
That's a very interesting question. I'll tell you the 8 attributes that we look for in a franchisee, Pip.
Oh, 8? I said 1.
8.
I'll take 8. Go on then.
We're looking for people who have presence, people who have gravitas, people who've got lots of scars and war stories, either having had their own business or been successful in corporate world, at least understand what a balance sheet looks like, can actually sell themselves, with people who can actually sell themselves, not white stock salesmen as such, people who have got a lot of soft skills, because obviously a lot of what we do is quite sensitive, people who still believe that they're coachable and still willing to learn, still recognize that every day is a school day. And I guess the most important bit, Pip, have got that little bit of entrepreneurial flair to say, fed up working for corporate animals, it's time I looked after me and my own. If they tick all those 8 attributes, with our tools and our training, we can make them successful. Fantastic.
Love it. I love that it was 8 instead of 1. I do have, and you're only allowed 1 on this. It's the question that I ask everybody as part of the CEO meets. If you could give anybody a top tip because they're looking to invest in a franchise, what would your top tip be?
I think that the most important factor is to find the right fit. So when franchising doesn't work for people, it's not because the franchisor is wrong or the franchisee is wrong. It's because they've met the wrong partner. So I think make sure that you seek out the right fit for you. And the starting point shouldn't be a technical discussion. It should be emotional. It should be about, does this feel right? Am I going to enjoy working with these people? Because it's a big commitment. It's 5 years normally, minimum commitment. It certainly is with us. It's a big life change. And you've got to enjoy getting out of bed in the morning and going to work and doing what you do. And you've got to do it with people that share the same values and same beliefs that you do. So really dig deep into ethos and values with a potential franchisor. Make sure there's a fit before you then worry about the technicalities of the franchise.
Brilliant. Rod, what's yours?
Yeah, I obviously agree with Matt. I think the one thing that we do find, Pip, is that people think buying a franchise is the easy route, and you've still got to be committed to hard working, to really making that effort, particularly as you start a business. And it's no different starting a business on your own right. So it's about really making that effort, making that commitment, and as Matt said, making sure that you're in the right community and sharing the same values and ethos with your co-franchisees. Our model, Pip, is very, very collaborative. A lot of our guys and girls work very closely together, and they have to feel comfortable in that environment.
Fantastic. Gents, it's been absolutely lovely talking to you today. I did want to touch on the international, but I'm going to save that. And we are going to do an FBI article on business doctors' international expansion, which we just signed up to because you've mentioned it and I'm doing it. But thank you very much for your time today. It was really lovely chatting to you both.
Good to see you as well, Pip.
Lovely. Thanks, Pip.
Take care, Pip.
Thank you.